I'm Kemigisha Jane Nandinda. I stepped in Gulu for the first time in 2009. As far as this horticulture is concerned, we started practicing from late 2019, early 2020. Then in 2021, we registered it as a business under the name of Forestside Horticulture Farm. As far as northern Uganda is concerned, the major problem is the long, prolonged dry spell. Because rain can start reducing in October or early November, then by mid-November, the rains are very minimal. By the time we start December, it is very dry. So from December to very late March or early April, that's when we start to get rains for the new season. It becomes so challenging that you can go to the market and fail to get there a tomato. Or when it is there, it is very small. Each fruit at 500. Sometimes they disappear completely. The major problem was water for production. Before we got services from SunCulture, we tried a petrol pump. And I think that is the time when fuel increased up to 6,500, 7,000. We failed to produce. Actually, we got a total loss. That time we had cabbages in the garden, we had tomatoes, and they dried when we were watching because we could not afford. These challenges have been affecting me to the extent of going for a soft loan. It is so challenging that when I don't have vegetables, from December, January, in Feb, children are going back to school. So any little fund which has been saved or gathered is swept off in that period. When I started to use these services installed by SunCulture, I am sure that I'm going to produce continuously. If you go to my gardens of tomatoes, I am harvesting. The other plot has those ones which are almost starting to ripe. The downer plot is having those ones which have just flowered. Then just last week, we finished to transplant. So at least I'm seeing continuity. In horticulture, we say succession planting. It has not been possible before we started to use these drip lines because we had to carry water manually and pour. So actually our farming was limited to close to an acre. Most of the time we would be rotating on half acres. The sales have improved and they are consistent. Initially, there are vendors whom Technos have connected to us under this grant. So when they linked us to the vendors, actually the problems of searching for market stopped. But we were disappointing them that they would reach here and they get when I don't have enough. But of recently, like yesterday, I harvested my tomatoes, which were 2 boxes, and the box takes 10 to 12 bensons, depending on how it is packed. Currently, a benson of tomatoes is going for 40,000. That is at wholesale. But when you count it 1-1, at least you get 55 to 60. So the production has increased. I saw the need that if I'm to continue farming, I need to be residing in the farm. You can see this farm structure. Actually, I can confidently tell you that the savings of the last dry season, 2023 as we enter 2024, it is one which did the work of the plumbing and the septic tank. Watering became an issue. I remember I had 5 employees here in the dry season when I had aimed to an acre of cabbage, an acre of eggplant, and half acre of cabbage, which did not yield much because of the sunshine. We used to hire people on top of those 5 laborers from the community to go and fetch water on that downstream. But now when it came to mid-Feb, also the stream dried up. I was spending a lot on the daily expenses because every community member who comes and works goes with that payment. Come here where at least the system has been automated with the installation of this drip, under SunCulture. I have only 2 permanent workers and the production area has increased. Then others just come and go, but majorly those who come, they come to do the farm management. But as far as watering is concerned, it is a matter of turning on the tap and again regulating that. I have targeted to drip for 15 minutes. When it comes, only one worker can go and turn off. So when I check my records, the direct expenses have been subsidized completely by use of this technology. I think the assessment of this season is going to be the best. Northern Uganda, since April, it has been having rain, but there would be a spill of at least 7 days to 10 days when it is not raining. But now for me, it has become now all seasons, whether it is in the first season, or it is in the dry season, or it is in the second season, at least it is continuous. My small piece of advice to the farmers, I would advise them to choose SunCulture. SunCulture, you can give a deposit of what you have at that moment without even a collateral security, and they give you the service. But they encourage you to keep paying so that you own that property officially. This community has a challenge of clean water for consumption. They have a borehole down, but it is a bit in the valley. When it rains, the water changes color. The color looks sandy. So most of the time they come here to pick water to drink, and they are interested in knowing how the water comes. Where is the water? Because we don't see a borehole handle. We say the water is being pumped by the pump up to the tank and it is out. Actually, in the future, to encourage the community, we are planning to pipe a tap outside near the road so that they can access clean water. My dream of extending from these 3-4 acres to 5 to 10 will come true with SunCulture. Thank you so much for the services.